Hey, truth seekers, welcome back. Zach here. June 8th, 2017, the UK had their special election. I covered why it was happening on this date in April when it was announced. Theresa May made the announcement 51 days before the vote, which happened yesterday. This is just to remind people, the New World Order controls the United Kingdom, Europe, the Americas, the Asias, Africa, this entire world. And all across the world, when votes are had, if you pay attention, you realize they're nothing but rigged shows by the numbers. The New World Order is a Jewish world order. It is a Kabbalistic world order, and they do everything by numerical ritual because numbers are very important to Kabbalah. It's the belief that God created the world with language when God merged the letter with the number. You learn how this language works. You see how the Kabbalists, the New World Order, operate. So again, let's talk about why this vote happened June 8th. And let's also talk about this story, blatant racism by the numbers out of the UK having to do with the election. Diane Abbot pulling out because of illness. This is manufactured racism to go with their manufactured vote. So, the vote was yesterday, June 8th, exactly 115 days from Theresa May, the puppet's birthday. If you missed my work on Brexit and Theresa May and David Cameron and how that was all by the numbers, go back and look. It's undeniable. Theresa May, in the language of Gematria, who announced this special election, equals 115, just like the word Masonic. Special number throughout history. And oftentimes a fateful number. JFK, supposedly killed on a date with 115 numerology. Yesterday was a fateful day for the Conservative Party, which Theresa May represents. 115 days from her birthday, there's a left-wing surge on June 8th. Now look at this. Special election, which this was called, sums to 86. In the UK, they write the date June 8th, 8/6, a lot like 86. Symbol equals 86, triangle 86, pyramid 86, republic 86, citizen 86. Very special number. Here in the US, we write the date June 8th, 6/8. They're calling it a left-wing surge in the UK. Left-wing surge 68. And just watch, when the next election rolls around in the US, they're going to see how the Democratic Party pushes back against the Republicans as part of the managed numerical puppet show. As we talked about when Brexit happened, Donald Trump was in the UK the date of the Brexit vote. It was a surprise outcome in Brexit. I said, watch, is Donald Trump going to be the surprise winner of the US election? From the day of the Brexit vote to the day of the US selection was 138 days, and the name Donald Trump equals 138. The New World Order chooses their puppets from a young age, the people with the right names, the right birthdays, and they use them like chess pieces on the chessboard, you know? This is who Theresa May is. This is who Donald Trump is. It's all by the numbers. Now let's look at this with Diane Abbot, you know, a black woman, and they're saying she got too ill at the last second, she had to drop out. This is just blatant racism meant to program people to think that black people are weak. You know, black people aren't up for it. That's why she couldn't handle it, the ill health the day before the election. This is bullshit. You know, in my lifetime, the only congressperson I've ever seen that was worth a shit was a black woman, Cynthia McKinney. And to this day, I'm still not sure if she was legit either. But if there ever was one that was legit, it was Cynthia McKinney. If you don't know about this woman, you know, she stood up for the right things. She held an investigation into where the $2 trillion disappeared in 99 and 2000 with the Pentagon, who lost $2.3 trillion in 2 years. How do you lose that kind of money? The only congressperson that stood up for it was Cynthia McKinney. The only congressperson who asked questions about 9/11. The only congressperson who questioned the things that needed to be questioned. She was a black woman. She lost her seat in Congress because the story came out that she punched a security guard in the face at Congress because they wouldn't let her in the building because she forgot one of her passes one day. Anyway, you know, there's a reason that the media tries to hold down black people, and it's the exact opposite reason, or actually it's really the same reason that I try to reach black people with my message. The media wants to hold down black people because they know the power of black people. A big part of the reason that I talk so much about all the wrongdoing towards black people is because I know that the disenfranchised in this world are going to be the first to rise up and fight back. And in this world, the powers that shouldn't be, they've tormented the black people more than any other race. They really hold everyone down. I mean, they're horrible to everyone, except for their own Zionists. But anyhow, the powers that shouldn't be, they're scared of the black people. So they have to constantly give them all of this negative propaganda meant to hold down their psyche, mess with their psychology. I'm trying to reach those people because I know they're going to be the first to rise up and help me overthrow this tyranny. Anyhow, that said, let's get into what they did to Diane Abbot. And honestly, this Diane Abbot woman, I mean, she really could be one of their New World Order puppets as well. Her name couldn't be any more perfect. Notice her name using the alphabetic order sums to 93. 93. Remember, this number coded all over famous black people throughout history. Martin Luther King Jr. 93. Malcolm X 93. Rosa Parks' full name 93. Tuskegee 93. Black History Month 93. In the Bible, there's a lot of 93 connections to Jesus. Nazareth 93, God's Son 93, Crucifix 93. In Mark, it says Jesus was crucified between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. Science in 2012 said they tracked the day of Jesus' crucifixion to April 3rd, which is the 93rd day of the year. It's clear if you read the Bible that if Jesus existed, he was black. He had dark skin. He wasn't a white person. He had hair of wool, not long hair. So anyway, there's this ongoing conspiracy, this cover-up to hide the true identity of who Jesus was, if Jesus was even a real person. And there's this ongoing conspiracy to hold down black people by the numbers. Everything's done as ritual. How interesting is it that Diane Abbot equals 93? Then they say it's ill health that kept her out, which has the gematria of 42. Remember when I began this study, we only talked about full reduction and English ordinal. These were the two methods we knew. The reverse is just as important, what we learned about later. But 42, the number stamped all over black people in a negative way. February, the only month that sums to 42, Black History Month. 42 generations to Jesus. Savior equals 42. Sin equals 42. 42 laws of Ma'at before the Bible. Slavery 42. Jackie 42, who wore 42. Malcolm X 42. Martin 42. The show Martin. Black sitcom. He lives in apartment number 42. Also, the hateful word, nigger, 42. Ill health kept out Diane Abbot. What are the odds? What are the odds? This New World Order puppet used in this story to make black people look weak. Then even more interesting, her full name, Diane Julie Abbot, 60 and 102. The word nigger also has gematria of 60 and 102. Remember, slavery equals 102. The Civil War in the U.S. began on the 102nd day of the year. You see this? 42, 30, 60, 102. Slavery, also 42, 102. Special numbers, they come up again and again. We're not done yet. Notice Diane Abbot's birthday. September 27th, she has the Jesuit Order's birthday, and she's currently 63. We were just talking about this with the propaganda story in the U.S. about LeBron James's house being spray painted with the word nigger. Racism equals 63. This was a big number in that story. This woman's 63. Here's racist propaganda. And just about LeBron James, so many star black athletes have names that sum to 42. It's overwhelming. just like the word we talked about, what was supposedly spray painted on his house. So this woman has the Jesuit order's birthday. She has this name with very racist coding. We understand that the New World Order is breeding people for future positions, political office, TV news anchor, movie star, singer, athlete. It's going on all across the world. New World Order farming people that they're going to put in positions and use them like little chess pieces on the chessboard. Here's how they do Diane Abbot. Make her look weak and drop out the day before the election. She was too ill to make it one more day. From the day she dropped out, June 7th, to her birthday is 113 days. 113 days, 113, the number from the Talmud, Baba Kama 113a, that says it's okay for somebody who's Jewish to lie to somebody who isn't. That's why we say Jewish, because it means sorta, not really a Jew. In the Bible, the Jews have dark skin, In this world, the Jewish people have light skin. In the Bible, it says the false Jews will rule in the end times. So who do you think these people are controlling the show? The Jewish people that control the media. You know who wrote those Bibles? The same false Jews. The same people who gave the world their plans and always put their plans in front of the world's face and expect the people not to see it. So anyway, just wanted to cover this about the UK elections. If you're watching and you think this is all coincidence, it must be because you're new here. Got about 2,500 videos proving that every single day it's nothing but a script. Over here at the same time in the U.S., we had Donald Trump versus the 6'8" Comey on June 8th. Remember, it's all about The Apprentice. 68, Donald Trump's hit show, You're Fired. Now on June 8th, 6/8, we have a man who was fired by Trump in a staged ritual giving testimony. Remember, Donald Trump's full name is Donald John Trump, 68. And he also calls himself Donald J. Trump on his books, which has the 68 connection as well. The Apprentice, You're Fired, James Comey, 6'8", Comey versus the Comb-Over. Again, if you missed all my work on Theresa May and Brexit, know that May's 39, Cameron's 39, Brexit's 39, Big Ben's 39, Clockwork's 39, Libra's 39, Cameron was a Libra, May's a Libra, the mayor of London, Sadiq Khan, his name gematria is 39, he's a Libra. From Brexit to the false flag hoax on March 22nd in London by Parliament, that was exactly 39 weeks. Clockwork, New World Order news by the numbers. Remember, London equals 74 from the March 22nd false flag to the most recent London false flag was 74 days later. Stabbing 74, killing 74, Masonic 74. It's all New World Order news by the numbers. Every last drop of it. Don't get caught up in the show. None of your votes count. The left-wing surge, is this the New World Order's, latest thing that they want to do to the people of the UK? All of these politicians are puppets. They don't make any difference. They all get in office and do the exact same thing. And it's just amazing that nobody wakes up to it. It's amazing. In 2008, here in the U.S., the Democrats had every branch of government. They had the executive, the legislative, the House, and the Senate. And they didn't do a single thing. Not a single thing. Especially after the past 4 years where they were talking about ending wars and doing all this radical stuff. And then they had everything. And they did nothing. They didn't do anything. And that's all it ever is. Just the same stuff. People arguing about the same stuff that never changes. Everyone continues to be a slave, paying taxes, taxation without representation. That's what's going on across this world. Needless wars, banker tyranny, Zionist Jew lies in the media, false news, racial shaming, divisive propaganda. For anyone out there who thinks Islam's a threat, you need to pull your head out of your ass. There's only one threat in this world. It's the Zionist Jews. They're the terrorists. They're the deceivers, and they let you know about it. And they expect you to do nothing about it. It's got to change. Till next time, True